Unlike the other Cher, who has no need for a last name, you in fact do have a last name.
I do.
What is your full name and title?
My full name is Cher Grant, and I'm the founder and CEO of Wazzio.
Very well done, Wazzio. So, you know, I was saying earlier to some of the other companies that have come here to present at 8 Billion Acts of Innovation, you know, we live in a world where people's attention spans have become very small. So you need to catch people's attention quickly. Have you mastered your elevator pitch yet? What is Wazzio in 30 seconds or less? Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Okay, so Wazzio, we're an online e-store that enables companies that want to transform their business into an online services store. So in 3 simple steps, they could get a platform from us, put their logo on it, pick the services they want to sell, add their margin, and they can start selling to anywhere they want, locally or globally. And now we have additional products where we're going to be introducing our new product, which is a product of a bot solution.
So let me ask you something. I mean, I think we also live in a world where people are becoming entrepreneurs, and they're taking chances and they're following their dreams. There's also many people who have those ideas but don't know how to start, or feel scared of, you know, failure. What advice do you have to give to them, you know, to other possible startups out there? Where do you begin? How do you start? Like, what's your story?
Well, I'll honestly say it's not easy. You know, it definitely takes a lot of courage. But if you have an idea and you're passionate about it, I strongly advise people just, you know, follow your passion, follow your dream, because that's what gets people get up in the morning to say, I got to do this because I believe in it. And when you have that passion, then the perseverance comes, and then no matter what type of obstacles you face, you're going to keep pushing forward to obtain your goal.
And you talk about some of the lows. I mean, sometimes the lows end up being the greatest things because you can learn from them, and they put you into the right direction where you end up eventually. What's been your greatest failure so far? Something you've learned from the most?
Oh, George, that's a big question, because you know, if you don't fail when you're in this business, you don't learn and you don't grow, right? And you even though you say you want to try and not make those same mistakes again, sometimes it just sneaks up on you, right? But I would say some of the lowest was, you know, trusting in certain things that you think that's going to happen, and you get so excited about it going through, and until sometimes you don't get pen to paper, it doesn't always work out the way you like it. But I can definitely say I've learned a lot, and my team has learned a lot. And that we just keep making changes and tweaking so that we try to avoid those things, and then hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Where has there ever been a moment where you just were ready to say, all right, I give up?
It crosses your mind every now and then, you know, when you think you want to throw in the towel and say, I've had enough, right? You know, you can kick me down, and I don't know how many times I can get kicked, and I'll probably stay down, but in the end, again, it goes back to what I said. When you're passionate and you believe that what you're doing is you can't imagine doing anything else, the perseverance kicks that down. You say, you know what? I got kicked in the face, I got kicked down in the stomach, and whatever the case may be, but I got to keep doing this because I know I'm going to make a difference not only in my life, but in somebody else's.
Is that something that drives you? Like the fact that you can make a difference in other people's lives?
Absolutely. You know, when I got into this business, you know, I've been in this industry for a long time, not to age myself, right? But I would honestly say, I just want to make things easier for people, right? And the reason why we came up with Wazzio is to help companies that, you know, are not able to transform quickly their business and without impact, having a huge impact, that they can transform quickly and also add value to their customers, and also thrive and make a difference for their customers. And for me, you know, everything, you know, people starting a business get into it for different reasons, and, you know, money and everything is great, but that can come later. For me, making a successful product or making a change or a difference in someone's life, that's what makes me get up every morning.
You know what I'm always interested in, and how people come up with their name. Yes. Same thing with band names. I mean, before, you know, Led Zeppelin was Led Zeppelin, there was something else that was horrible. What was the worst name that you contemplated before you decided on Wazzio?
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember?
I could go with a list of names, but there's quite a few. It's, you know, it's not like say about 5 years ago when it was easy to find a domain name or a company, now you got to come up with some abstract name and then put your brand on it. So I would say, there's so many. As I mentioned, we started on the cloud business, and we came up with cloud this, cloud that, and then I thought to myself and the team, we sat around the table and we said, we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves just to be a cloud company. We want to be able to diversify and do different things. So we have to come up with something abstract. And then we just searched on Google for random names and animal names and whatever you could possibly imagine. And then somehow Wazzio came up. And that was what we came up with.
There you go. Nice.
It stuck.
In one word, describe yourself.
Passionate.
Passionate?
Passionate, yeah.
So if I were to ask a bunch of people who know you, what word would they use to describe you?
I would say fierce and passionate.
Fierce and passionate?
Yes.
All right, I'll give them 2 words.
Yeah.
Now, if I ask the closest person in your life to tell me about the one thing that is the thing they admire the most about you and the thing that drives them the craziest about you, what would those 2 things be?
I would say I'll start with the negative part first.
Sure.
I would say the negative thing is that if I don't like something, I'll tell you. I'm pretty blunt, and I'll be honest, not in a brutal way to hurt anyone's feelings, but because I'm a very protective person. And I say the good thing they probably say about me is that they'll know I'll always have their back. I'm very protective about people that I care about, and I always want to see other people succeed. Right? If I have success, I am the kind of person that it's not all about me. I want to pass that on. How can I help other people become successful as well?
So taking that one step further, do you have a message for anybody who's watching this? Anything that they can take away from things that you've learned?
Yeah, I would say just don't stop. Trusting in yourself. Surround yourself with smart people, and I would always say that me as the entrepreneur and the founder, I do not know everything. So the best thing you could possibly do in this business is surround yourself with people that cover your weak spots and complement your strengths. Right. And then I would say that's the best advice I could give.
Just a couple more things I want to ask you. So since we are here for the taping of 8 billion acts of innovation, I have to bring it back to you. I guess the common thread amongst everybody participating here is a love of technology and a passion for making the future better through technology. When did you first become interested in artificial intelligence?
It's an interesting question. It goes back for where I started. Traditionally I was in IT, and I was helping businesses solve their challenges in their organization by selling them servers, storage, and networking. And then I saw a shift where companies weren't buying tangible products like servers. They were looking at doing, okay, how do I try and save money and not have to spend this huge capital up front and kind of spread it out. And that's where I got a huge interest in cloud, where it's more subscription-based. I'm going to touch a bit about cloud later on, but when I got interested in AI, it was just it was this evolve from cloud and then AI about how you can leverage the 2 technologies, where the cloud now it's a subscription-based model. Companies don't have to buy up hardware up front. They could monetize everything. Everything's all subscription-based. And now AI is how do they enhance any type of new technology that they've purchased, either if it's going to be having some type of artificial intelligence speak to their customers, just kind of change around data, certain things like that. What I noticed though in the market, and what really got me interested, is trying to explain to companies about what is cloud and what is AI. Because there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, there is.
It's a significant confusion. And it was the same kind of thing that happened when I started out in the cloud debate. What is cloud, right? Because it was just a term that everyone was using because it's catchy and this is what's being done. So I spent a lot of time explaining to customers what is cloud. Cloud is an on-demand, self-serve type tool, a solution, where I go on a website, for example, Amazon.com, and I need to get infrastructure as a service, or I need to get a software or something. I'm going to use my credit card, and instantaneously I have it. Cloud is not where I use my credit card and I got to wait 3 weeks to receive it. That is not cloud. And it's very similar to AI and bot technology, where a lot of people are just using the buzzword, I have AI, I have bot technology, but really it's an app. It's an application. That's not AI. Or I have a piece of software, but there's really no artificial intelligence behind it. So now it's becoming a shift where not only I have to explain to businesses and companies what's the difference between cloud, but I have to do the same for AI and bot technology.
So what is it about AI that excites you the most when it comes to the future and moving forward and all that?
It goes back, George, to what I originally said, where it is enabling me to assist companies and people in a different way, where they have challenges, where they can't find resources, they don't have the funds to support the resources. How do we enable them to have that with actually having the physical person there? And not to where we want to replace anyone, but it's more or less how we can give our tool, for example, to rudimentary questions where, say, a customer would ask, where do I buy this, Mr. Customer? Or the Mr. Customer would ask, where would I buy this to the company? And instead of having somebody say where they would buy this is where an AI type tool would come into play. And that person that could actually have been sitting there could be used elsewhere in the organization. And the company itself can save money.
So are you excited with what comes next?
I am. I'm a visionary. I see a lot of things that are going on just because I've been in this space for such a long time, and I see a lot of niche plays. So whenever we look at something, we kind of look at, okay, we don't want to just focus on this, but how broad can we bring it, right? Where else can we tap into? So the AI and the bot technology, we're just at the beginning. There's so much excitement behind it, but again, I stress to potential companies looking at investing in AI, investors looking at AI, make sure that whatever it is you're doing, it really is AI and bot technology that's going to change the future, and that you can actually go broad and go wide with the type of services that you're being able to offer.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out and talking to me today.
George, it's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
Absolutely.
Take care. Thanks.